The Chatterton man said that most of the people had arms already. He said he thought they would muster about 70 firelocks. It was agreed to come to Manchester on Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock and to meet at the Royal Oak at Ardwick Bridge to hear what news had come from Bam, Sheffield, and any other places from where information was expected. The Chatterton man said he had seen the deputy from Bury and he had been at Huddersfield and Leeds, and he was confident the people were all ready to begin at any hour, as they had been getting up a deal of arms that had been hid since the time of the Luddites. They were to advance when they saw a rocket. Almost identical passages can be found in the Home Office papers for 1839 and 1848. The physical force party was always waiting to hear what news had come from Birmingham or London or Newport. From one standpoint, the story is pathetic. It was out of half a dozen meetings of this sort that the Ardwick conspiracy was built at the end of March, on the pretext of which several of the most active Lancashire leaders were seized. From another aspect, it is more serious. On dozens of occasions and at a dozen places, men assembled with a few guns and homemade arms in villages of the Midlands and North, and made irresolute movements less through timidity than through their fear of betrayal and their sense of geographic isolation. If at any of these crises the news had come, if a major center had been captured by revolutionaries, then insurrection might have spread rapidly to other districts. By May, revolutionary feeling was rising in several districts, and there was sporadic communication between them. But there was no responsible organizing center. The country waited upon London, but the Londoners with whom they were in sketchy contact were less able to initiate an insurrectionary attempt than the countrymen. William Stevens, a Nottingham needlemaker who took an active part in the conspiracy and later escaped to America, later deposed that after the suspension of habeas corpus, many hundreds, and as he believes, many thousands, said that it was time to resist. This was the way of thinking of a great part of the people in his town in the months of March, April, and May 1817. But though the means of resistance were anxiously wished for, no plan of resistance was formed until sometime in the month of May. It was first mooted when, in April, Mr. Mitchell went through Nottingham on his way to London. Mitchell, said Bamford, moved in a sphere of his own, the extent of which no man knew save himself. In April, he visited in London Charles Pendrell, the Jacobin shoemaker and former associate of Despard, who was then making preparations to escape to America. Pendrell had recently helped a friend, known to him as William Oliver, out of debtor's gaol. Soon after this, Oliver began to make very vehement professions of patriotism and expressed uncommon anxiety to know whether there were any political associations into which he might obtain admittance. Oliver's professions were believed, and by March he had been admitted to the inner circle of London reformers. On 28 March, he requested an interview with Lord Sidmouth. In April, he was introduced by Pendrell and other reformers to Mitchell, who waited upon him in his rooms and was impressed by his full-length bronze figure of Napoleon, on the chimney-piece, and the portraits of Burdett, Cobbett, Horn, Tooke, and Fox. He told me that it was the desire of the London friends to form a connection with the country friends. I said it was also much wished by the country. But when Mitchell requested a meeting with the London committee, Oliver assured him that it was too dangerous a time to call them together.